Hey booktubers, it's the Hufflepuffle here, and today I'm going to be talking about NaNo, day 3. It's day 3, guys, and I need to turn on my lights. Happy NaNo day 3. I have not written anything today, but I'm ahead, so it's okay. I'm still ahead. I wrote quite a bit last night after I vlogged day 2. So, I got ahead of where I was when I was vlogging day 2. I'm now at 6,300 something, which is ahead of the word count goal for today, which is 5,001, I believe, if you do the math. So, it's okay. I'm still ahead, even though I haven't written a single word today. But I'm probably going to write a lot tonight after I turn off this vlog, because I find I do my best writing at night. Don't know why that is. But today I'm going to be talking about my characters. So I have some awesome characters that I'm really excited about in my book, and I'm really excited about these characters because I don't know, I'm growing attached to these characters. So I want to give you a list of my top 10 main characters. It's kind of a big ensemble of main characters in this book, but there's 10 of them. And if you want to hear about the plot line of my book, I mentioned that in the last vlog, so I'll link that right about here, maybe, if I remember. Anyway, so the first character is the main character. His name is Prince Boone. He's the prince of Meletica, the kingdom, and he's pretty awesome. He's kind of sarcastic, really motivated. He's like, I gotta get my way. And he's really driven and motivated and persistent. He's definitely a persistent character, and I pictured him. He has curly black hair and deep blue eyes and stubble, a little bit of stubble. He's about 19 years old, and he's a prince. And he's kind of annoying sometimes, but in a good way, in a really persistent, I like you and I want to be with you way. And his love interest is the next character I'm going to talk about. Penrose. She's one of the 8 carriers. I know, the prince and a carrier. Scandal. But Penrose is really into herself. She's like, princes could do without. She is the carrier of knowledge and seeing the future, so she can see the future. And she's really cool and smart, and she knows a lot of important things that help all of the characters through the journey. And she's got bright red hair that's always in a French braid down her back. Always. It's never not. So far. But I don't think it ever will be. And she's got these green eyes and these freckles, and she's beautiful. Especially for these medieval times, the standards back then, she was fabulous, beautiful, but she doesn't take no one's crap. She's like, yeah, the prince likes me, whatever. He has to earn my trust first. And I really like that. She's a really strong, kick-ass female character, which I did on purpose because I love writing strong, kick-ass female characters. I love reading them, I love writing them, I love watching them on movies. Strong, kick-ass female characters are the way to go, and that's Penrose. She's really resilient towards Boone. She's like, I know you're the prince and you got lots of money and you can make me rich, but I don't know, I don't really know you that well yet. You have to earn my trust. And she's not one of those female characters that's just like, you love me? I love you too. It's more like you like me, that's interesting. I'm just gonna make this clear. Think you're cool, kind of cute, but you have to earn my trust first before anything happens, just so you know. And it's one of those really aggravating relationships that they take forever to get together. Yeah, it's one of those. Ha ha ha. No, those are fun. Those are fun to write. Then we have the other 7 carriers that are not as important. Hazek is the mind reader. He's really withdrawn and he hears everyone's thoughts all the time, except for Penrose's. He's never heard Penrose's thoughts. And that is something that's always been like really strange to him. He's like, why can't I hear her thoughts? But he can hear everyone else's. It never shuts off. ever. I mean, if he has to be in a certain range, so if he was like in the middle of nowhere, he probably wouldn't hear anything. But that never really happens, so he's always hearing thoughts. He's really secluded because all he hears is people's secrets, and he's just like, I want to shut it off. And he's always really quiet and shy, but he's got an attitude if you get him talking. He can be really sarcastic, and he always knows what to do. He always has a good strategy, and sometimes he just doesn't want to speak up about his strategy, and then when they finally figure out the good strategy, they're like, oh, we should do this, this will be so much easier, and he's like sitting there and like, I was thinking that the whole time. Yeah. Then there's the rest of them that aren't as important as Hazak and Penrose. The rest of the carriers are just Jacobi, he's a teleporter. Celine, she's a shapeshifter. Azel, I know, cool names, huh? He can control the elements. Ayana, she can persuade people to do things. Just be like, she can look at you and be like, dance forever, and you would do it. Anthea, who is she's telekinetic, she can move things with her brain, and Hezekiah, who can fly. And they're the other carriers. They have their own personality traits, but I'm not going to delve into them much because we'd be here all day. And then the last character is Liliana. She's the princess of Serena. She is the one kind of betrothed to Boone, but she doesn't want to marry him. He doesn't want to marry her. She's really nice. They're friends, but they don't want to get married. So they have to work together in order to try and figure out how to not be together. It's kind of ironic because they're working together and they're like, yes, we have to figure out how to do this. And what they're ultimately figuring out how to do is make it so that they don't have to be together. They're working together to make it so they don't have to be together. I know. Complications. But Liliana is a really beautiful princess. She's princessy. She's one of those kind of more stereotypical princesses. She can hold her own. She can hold her own in a battle if she has to, and she ends up doing some things and making important sacrifices in the plot line to kind of move it along and make the story awesome and save the world. But she, especially originally at the beginning of the story, she's very princessy and she's like, I just don't want to get married and that's the only reason I'm going along with this. But then her character develops a lot throughout the course of the story. And yeah, so those are my characters. And if you're doing NaNoWriMo and you comment on my videos, which is like nobody, okay, comment your characters and all about them, and I'll see you guys next time. Huffle Puffle out.